Got another mega box of 2025 Topps Holiday Baseball cards. This will be my 19th mega box. I have one more after this. Um, I'm debating whether to get any more or not. I probably will, just because I'm still trying to build some sets. I figure I'm probably going to go for about 10 sets. They're not that hard to build. The collation is usually pretty good in these. If I need to, I can buy some too, obviously. Um, but yeah, this is I've actually made money. I just with the top 8 cards I've got, I'm probably ahead already just on those. That doesn't even include all the little stuff I can sell too, and the sets. Eventually, I'm in no hurry to sell those. I'll sit on those for a little bit. Um, I don't mind, especially since I can make most of my money back or more than my money back just selling the other things. So let's see what we got. Let me grab my cheat sheet real quick here. I think I've missed, I think I opened one box and forgot to look through for the whole box, maybe even a couple of boxes. So I suspect I probably already have a set. Only need a few cards, like 6, 5, something like that. Um, 5, I think, yeah. But these are definitely worth it. There is so many low numbered things that you can hit. And I've hit the Gingerbread Man autograph, but I have not hit an autograph of anybody else. The lowest numbered Chrome card I've hit wasn't to 99. And it, you would have thought that unless I hit one of those autographs or a Chrome card less than 90, numbered to 99 or less than 99, that I would have needed to hit one of those or a couple of those to make my money. The fact that I hit so many other different things other than those, and that's where I'm getting my money from. I've not hit one Chrome card less than numbered to 99. Um, that tells you how loaded these are, because there are so many things you could hit. A perfect example is this light blue Shohei. I need to look up to see how big the set is. I don't know if it's a parallel to the complete set. If it is, that's probably $100 card because there's only one per box. Maybe $50 if it's not it's not a parallel of the complete set, like maybe it's just 50 cards or something like that. And our ornament is Pete Alonso. Yeah, there's just so much value in these beyond the obvious, like you said, the autograph or a low numbered Chrome. I had no idea that there were uh, paper parallels, uh, and even number 1-to-1 paper parallels. You can also hit superfractors. I would have thought, yeah, I can't get over the fact that I'm ahead right now just based on the 8 best cards I've pulled out of this. Um, and there's a ton of other things I can sell to make money off of it. There are a lot of short prints, um, the parallels. Yeah, I can't get over it. This is really a good value, and there's not much left. I think there's only a couple of places, retail outlets, but I would have no problem buying these on the internet, um, as long as they were obviously sealed. That would be the only issue. But I don't care if people weigh them for one thing or another. I'll take whatever, because you can't really tell what's in the box by weighing. I think the relics probably weigh more than the chrome cards, I would suspect. So you could probably, on a basic level, tell that way. But I wouldn't pick one over the other. If you'd have told me beforehand you could tell the difference between a chrome and a relic, I would have said, okay, I'll take all the chromes. And look what I would have missed had I done that. And not to say that a lot of the cards that my value, one was a paper number to 8, the Yamamoto. I'm probably going to send that off to get graded. Um, I don't remember what else was in that pack, because usually when you hit one of those cards, it's in addition to like maybe a silver or something else. So I don't know what else was in it. But yeah, there's there's so much you can hit that other than the chrome, and you wouldn't be able to tell that they're in there if you're just buying the boxes with the chrome. So yeah, these are loaded. The fact that you can hit so much out of these and hit big cards out of these other than the chrome is huge. Jose Ramirez. I see we got our snowflake already. I guess this is considered, I don't know, I don't know what they call it. Um, Jose Ramirez. I saw it, but I don't remember. Alec Burleson. Andrew Benintendi. Randy Rosarina. Alex Bregman. Shane Bieber. Yandy Diaz. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Teoscar Hernandez. And our snowflake is Brooks Lee. Yeah, there's nothing on these other than what it says on the back and the code, or the brown border and the snowflake. That's usually a team logo there for the other cards that you can see right there. But it's just crazy to think, like the Santa Claus cards. I've got 3 Santa Claus cards. I don't know how well they'll sell, but I mean, I'm sure they're worth a few dollars. Paul Skeens. Brent Rooker. Ben Rice. Taylor Ward. Zebby Matthews. Zach Veen. Luke Keyshaw. Corbin Burns. Luis Angel Acuna. Fernando Tatis Jr. on the silver. I think if I got a nice card, when I mean nice card, something worth something, in one of these last 2 boxes, I probably would be inclined to get more. I'm thinking though. Manny Machado, Kobe Mayo, Brian Reynolds, Gunnar Henderson, Andrew McCutchen, Lawrence Butler, Jazz Chisholm Jr. You can see the difference between, one thing I noticed too is this is the, what they call I think it's a frozen fractor, almost like the frozen fractors that they have in Topps Chrome. I think that's like a paper version because you can kind of see the background is kind of bluish like they are on the frozen fractors. And then in this case, they also have like icicles hanging off the diamond here. Um, I, I, I saw in Beckett they called it the snowballs or something like that. It's pretty obviously they're meant to be icicles. Um, yeah, it's I think it's almost like a paper frozen fractor is what they've kind of made them to be, and they are considerably harder to hit. At least um, just the fact that I've got one, but I may have missed one because if you don't look close, the code, yeah, it would be easy to miss that. Yeah, the snowflakes are even worse. The front on the snowflakes is identical to the base set. The only difference being the back and the code. Jackson Holiday, Dylan Cease, and our light blue is the same Shohei. So, okay, that's kind of making me think that this is a 50 card set that because I mean, I know of course you can get lucky and hit the same guy twice, but yeah, this is more than likely means it's a 50 card parallel set that they didn't do one for every card in the set, which is kind of a shame because now I'm thinking might not even be 50. I don't know. Yeah, let me check those out. I'm kind of curious to see how. Yeah, this one maybe looks a little better on the centering, at least top to bottom. They look about. This one might be slightly better left to right. Um, yeah, but the fact that I've hit two of those, yeah, that leads me to believe this is a 50 card set. That's too bad. We'll see. If it is a 200 card set, yeah, I did well. Because that's probably $100 card if it's a 200 card set. Ah, we got a relic. Uh, Jordan Lawler. Yeah, last box was kind of a letdown too. So Mark Vientos, Drew Thorpe, Brian Bliss, Abdal Amador, Jacob DeGrom, Cam Smith, I guess rookie, but player worn on the jerseys. And Mookie Betts on the silver. I probably, if I were weighing them, I would probably go for the Chrome cards. Um, I really don't like the player worn relics. Wish I just would have used bats. I guess you don't have the bats for the pitcher. That's the main problem. Caden Dana, David Vesta, Drew Romo, Adolis Garcia, Riley Green, Jordan Alvarez, Dylan Cruz, Clayton Kershaw. There's our blue rainbow foil, Kyle Tucker, and our blue rainbow foil is Vientos. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see if sometimes you can just tell. Like Vientos, I would think was a borderline player even to make this set. So maybe this is a full. Yeah, I can't imagine if this were a 50 card set that Vientos is in it. So let me see what we got here in the blues. Yeah, I didn't see one guy there that I wouldn't have considered probably other than the rookies, and I could see why they'd have the rookies in there too. So that Vientos makes me feel a little better about it though, because I wouldn't necessarily think he would be part of a short print if it was just like 50 cards out of the set. So maybe that Shohei is nice. It's nice either way. Will Wagner, Vinny Pasquantino, Jaron Duran, Griffin Conine, Logan Gilbert, Jackson Churio, not having any luck towards the set. Wyatt Langford, Jockenzie Noel, Kumar Rocker, and our silver is Colt Kauser. I would expect silver to be for the complete set just because you get 5 per box. So, Moises Ballesteros, Drake Baldwin. Yeah, I feel like I'm repeating these names like the last 3 boxes, 4 boxes. Brenton Doyle, Cam Smith, Jackson Jobe, Reese Hines, Mason Wynn. Yeah, I think after I open this box and the next one, regardless of what I get, I'm gonna like really go through everything, see how close I am on the last. See, I think I'm like, so this would be the 6th set I'm working on. So I would figure I'd at least have a couple more. Hunter Green, Julio, and there's a second snowflake. So we haven't had one of the holiday short prints yet. So that probably means we're just getting one of those. There's Jazz. I would think this snowflake is not every player either. Let's just check the set. Yeah, these are all good players. Yeah. Yeah. And there's a duplicate there. I think there's a duplicate Gunner. Yeah, this is probably a 50 card set. The snowflake. So it's probably not that big a deal. Even less because the only way to tell is it's on the back. And if you got the card graded and you would display it with the front, you wouldn't be displaying the back. And so I don't know. I just don't get that. I'm not a fan of that. It's funny because I think about this often. I never understood getting a comic book graded where you couldn't like read and look at the stuff inside. Now you're seeing more and more people buying a comic to get graded because of the cover. It They're not interested. It could be like a meaningless book in the run, but it has a great cover, and you're seeing more and more people doing that. And that's what it should be for. I would hate to get like one of those like key issues and you couldn't read and actually see. Yeah, that. But that's what people want. Boba Fett. So I'm not surprised. I remember buying comics in the, gosh, this would have been like late 80s. This was a comic book shop. And this was, not long after Dark Knight had come out. And so it was like we were seeing a renaissance in comics. And a lot of it had to do with the writing, obviously, because the art was good too. But I mean, the writing, obviously, Frank Miller's writing is the best. And you see a lot of actually writers even copy his style, like the latest Batman book series, not the Absolute, but the other one, the regular series, the new one that just started again. It's totally in a Frank Miller style. Uh, they kind of low key the superheroes, and I think that gives them more impact when they do appear in the books and things. To me, the best part about the Dark Knight was the couple of pages where the Flash made an appearance, but you didn't really see anything, and the writing was just Batman, I guess, describing something that he knew had to mean it was the Flash. It just, yeah, it's great. Gives you chills. Gives me chills just thinking about it. Dansby Swanson, getting sidetracked here. Elliot Ramos, gosh, I'm reading these same names every box here. It's like 4 or 5 boxes in a row. Tristan Casas, Xander Bogarts, Kevin Alcantara, Young-Ho Lee, Nacho Alvarez Jr., Matt Strom, and our silver is Ozzy Albies. Yeah. Hopefully we get something here. There, that looks like our short print. Adley Rushman. Gosh. Paul Skeens. Brent Rucker. Yeah, the same names. Ben Rice. Taylor Warden, like duplicates in the same box. That's even worse. Jacob Wilson. Juan Soto. Owen Shonwell. Byron Buxton. Paul Skeens on the short print. Santa hat. Yeah, those aren't that big a deal either. You get one per box, and I think there's only like 25 cards in the set. So, I don't. Did we get? Oh yeah, we got a second Shohei light blue. So we got the. So this maybe is a silver. Let me see. Yeah, this last one's a silver. So we still could hit something good in addition to the silver, because that's usually the way it works. But boy, hopefully we do, because this hasn't been a good box. Shohei silver would be nice. Well, doesn't look like anything other than the silver. Zebby Matthews, Chris Bryant, Corey Seager, Zach DeCenzo, Gerardo Perdomo, Matt Olson, Zach Wheeler, Chris Sale, JT Realmuto, nothing. And O'Neill Cruz on the silver. Ugh. Thank you.